On Wednesday, European leaders urged U.S. President Donald Trump in a virtual meeting to work towards a peace in Ukraine that safeguarded European and Ukrainian security interests. Germany's capital, Berlin, hosted the virtual meeting. It took place just 2 days before the Trump-Putin summit. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, among others, attended this meeting. France's President Emmanuel Macron said that Trump said that any territorial issues can only be negotiated with Ukraine. But ahead of the talks, Russia's foreign ministry called the European consultations with Ukraine as insignificant.
Just days ahead of the Trump-Putin summit in Alaska, European partners were engaged in hectic parleys in Berlin over the fate of Ukraine. They virtually spoke to Trump with an aim to be on the same page.
We have made several points clear for the negotiations. We have made it clear that Ukraine must be at the table when the follow-up meetings take place. We want the negotiations to proceed in the right order. A ceasefire must come first. Essential elements should then be agreed in a framework agreement.
According to French President Emmanuel Macron, Trump said that any territorial issues can only be negotiated with Ukraine.
The second point, on which things were very clear and expressed as such by President Trump, is that territorial questions concerning Ukraine can be and will be negotiated only by the Ukrainian president. This is the position that we support. It was very clearly expressed by President Trump.
However, Russia's foreign ministry has already downplayed Europe's outreach to Ukraine, describing it as insignificant.
We regard the consultations requested by Europeans as a politically and practically insignificant actions. Europeans verbally support the diplomatic efforts of Washington and Moscow to resolve the crisis around Ukraine. In reality, however, the European Union is sabotaging them.
Experts have already cast doubt on any positive outcome of the much-awaited Trump-Putin meet in Alaska.
We've seen that already, that as Putin has been inflexible and not willing to negotiate in good faith. Trump has got angry. He made the deal with the Europeans about weapons. He has threatened these secondary sanctions, and I could see that happening again.
But Russia is not alone in this. Putin's old friend, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, spoke to him on call. According to North Korea's state-run television KRT, Putin expressed appreciation for North Korea's help in liberating the Kursk region. In Alaska, Orthodox churches have begun prayer for peace in Ukraine ahead of the big summit.
Our hope is that God will somehow touch the hearts of those involved, that there will be a valuing of life, a valuing of peace, a valuing of just the human life in general, and that will lead to a ceasefire and hopefully peace eventually, a lasting peace.
The diocese will hold additional prayer events before the summit on Friday, when the churches will remain open throughout the day for quiet prayer and ring bells at noon. Bureau Report, DD India.